Hey everybody, what's up? This is Finite MTG, and we are back with another Chaos Draft. Just diving right in once again. This pack is not the most exciting thing I've ever seen. Solarion is probably really sweet and cool. Not, unfortunately, the most realistic thing I've ever seen. Etched Oracle, also a nice, sweet card. I think I'm leaning here just toward a Sylvok Explorer, though. Just a nice mana dork. You don't get to control what color mana it produces necessarily, but it's just a fine card. 2 mana dorks are good in Chaos Draft. There's a Fill with Fright in the pack, Mind Rot plus Scry 2 for an extra mana. Wouldn't be unhappy to wheel that one. Trinket Mage, cool card, but not going to be very exciting here. So, alright, next up we have a Volcanic Fallout. Kind of a Pyroclasm effect, but instant speed and uncounterable and deals damage to players, so really kind of a lot of differences. There's an Absorb Vis, nice basic land cycler, which is going to be good in basically any deck. Same with Rupture Spire. Decent gold card in Vidalcan Outlander. Ember Weaver is a pretty nice card. Rox Meditant would be good if I end up in green-white, as I often do in Chaos, but we're going to start with a Fallout here. This card has some serious blowout potential, lots of small creatures running around, and not to mention, haven't seen a single master set in this format, which means that the creatures are not going to be as strong as they could be in some Chaos Draft formats. Alright. Now looking at this pack, there's a Cursed Minotaur card that I think is totally solid. Minotaur Sure Shot, Nefcrop Entangler, both pretty good. There's also a Supernatural Stamina, one of my favorite combat tricks. It's one of the only combat tricks that in my opinion is like a very feel-good kind of card. I'm leaning toward the Sure Shot here. A lot of flyers in Chaos Draft. We just picked a good red card. This is another solid red card. Mana sinks get better in Chaos Draft. And, kind of importantly, it survives the Fallout. So, pick up a Sure Shot here. Not something I think I would have done in original Amonkhet. Probably go with the Nefcrop Entangler there, but Sure Shot it is for Chaos. Alright, Marrow Bats. I think this card is actually pretty good. 5 mana 4/1 flyer, pay 4 life regenerate. The pay 4 life regenerate effects are usually better than they look. You're not going to want to save this if your opponent has a pinger, necessarily. In fact, basically never should you be doing that. Thatcher Revolt, I imagine, is unplayable. Timberland Guide, totally fine card, but happy enough with the bats here. Alright, so we have a Time Spiral pack now. One nice card here is a Nightshade Assassin. I think this card is pretty sweet. 2/1 first strike, and if you have black cards in your hand, you can do a little Flame Tongue Kavu impression. I think that's basically what I want to be taking here. Dark Withering is a good removal spell. Kills things all the time. Maybe it's actually the more disciplined choice here, but I feel like passing this thing is kind of a big signal, and 6 mana removal, even in Chaos Draft, can feel a little slow and clunky. So I think I'm going to try to start with the Assassin, see if I can pick up some more black cards. Okay, 5 mana 4/3 lifelink, totally solid effect. Make Mischief, also a pretty good effect for Chaos Draft. I think I want the Crusader. Big lifelinkers are pretty good, you win races. My deck is looking pretty controlling right now. It's another black card for the Assassin. Make Mischief effects tend to be underrated, just the 1 damage effects. You could opt for like a drag under here, but I think that the Crusader is a good enough card that I can just take it. Alright, so now Dross Golem, yet another black 5-drop bright, except for the part where it has affinity for swamps. So hopefully be casting this a little earlier. Not unreasonable to play it turn 3, and really nothing else in the pack is exciting. Scarab is not a very good card. Razor Golem, probably the next best card in the pack. Oh, there is an Ether Vial. Didn't see that one. But this is limited after all, so I'm not going to be going completely nuts with that. Or at least most of us aren't going to. Alright, Reckless Imp, 3 mana 2/2, flyer can't block. Totally fine card. Don't really want to be blocking with this kind of card very often anyway. but I probably do want to be blocking more than the average deck with what I have going on right now. Even Tactician would be totally solid, same with Enduring Victory, but I'm not totally convinced I should move off of red yet. I'll wait and see. For now, we're going to stick to black. I think we can be convinced that we should not be on green, though. This card is super clunky, but potentially it can be interesting. If we really need to shut down an artifact, we could take that. I don't know. I think these cards are all pretty bad. I think I will just take a random 5-mana 3/3 for the sideboard. And now, could take a Suicidal Charge. We are in red-black. Nice controlling deck. I could see this coming in out of the sideboard, potentially being really nice in a certain matchup. Lapse of Certainty, kind of a nice tempo card for white. But I'm not a huge fan, so we'll take the charge here. Alright, random 2-mana 2/1 or random black cycler. I think we'll take the black card just for signaling. 2-mana 2/1 is not a card I'm excited to play basically ever, and if nothing else, this is just another random card for the Nightshade Assassin. And like I said, good signaling. Very, very small percent chance I bring that one in. Most likely it's either going to be something I always want to have in my deck and cycle, or something I just don't want to play. Now we'll finally take a white card. Alright, Sky Cutter, totally solid 2-drop. Trade with some flyers that are more expensive. The Ghoul, black card, not a very exciting one, but technically playable. 2-mana 1/2, I'm going to draw the line and say this one is not playable. Alright, in this pack, looks like we have a Goblin Heel Cutter. Just a pretty good creature. There's a Vault Breaker as well, another totally solid card. But this card gives us the potential to play a pretty strong aggressive deck, if that's what's open. Not a big fan of the Mardu Rune Mark. Not trying to rare draft to land and Phantom, so. Alright, so in this pack we've got some goodies. Ravenous Demon, not amazing. We have, one human? Probably not doing sweet things with that one today. Tragic Slip and Wake Dancer, on the other hand, both pretty good cards. I think I'm going to take the Tragic Slip here. It's a little bit hard to turn on as removal, but I feel like Wake Dancer is even harder. And I think right now we're lacking removal, and it's just a slightly better effect, so. Nothing like a Wake Dancer into a Volcanic Fallout. Alright, Jaya's Immolating Inferno. I don't think that's on the menu today, unfortunately. Otherwise in this pack there's a Baloth Gorger, which is a good card. Could take a Gideon's Reproach. There were some signals before that white was open. We don't have any good white cards though, so... Oh, I didn't even see the Blessed Light. Yeah, I think the Blessed Light is probably... Well, actually, no. I think we want to take the... God, this is really close. We already have a bunch of 5-mana cards, and I don't think Blessed Light is amazing. On the other hand, Baloth Gorger is good, but the double green is very, very awkward, so I'm going to take it, but I'm not delighted here. Alright, pretty easy choice for us here. We have a Resounding Thunder, effectively open fire, just 3 mana, 3 damage to any target. Good card. Skeletal Cathari would be okay. Really hoping to wheel. By the way, the Goblin Death Raiders. Looks like our deck is kind of ending up pretty aggressive, and double on color, nicely statted 2-drop with a good ability would be premium for us. Alright, in this pack, nothing super exciting going on. I think we're just taking a Goblin Furrier. I don't really know how to say that word, but just a 2-mana 2/2. Looks to be what this deck could use. 5-mana 3/2 flyer. We kind of already have that department covered, so try to just fill out our red-black aggressive deck. I think at this point we can start committing to red after picking up that Resounding Thunder. Ooh, and just as I say that, there's a Dawnfeather Eagle. Not to mention a Maulfist Revolutionary. Dawnfeather, I think, does something. Again, as another 5-mana card, I'm not delighted with it. But the Revolutionary is a nicely statted creature. Our red cards, like we have a Heel Cutter, we have a Thunder, and a Sure Shot. The Fallout is not really a card we'd want in this deck necessarily, so I'm going to hedge into green a little bit. Not really impressed with Renegade's Getaway or Wrangle. Now we're seeing a Valley Rannet and an Igneous Pouncer. I think I have to take the Pouncer here. It's just too likely that I'm in red-black, not to mention, even if I end up green-black splash red, it fetches the mountain, which is kind of big game. Sorry, Valley Rannet, but gotta take the Pouncer. Alright, doesn't look like there is a single playable card here for us. So I guess we will take, what? 1 mana destroy a defender? I don't really care. Alright, in this pack, not very impressed with these rune marks, but I think Ancestral Vengeance could be a really nice card, so we're going to try that one out over the Goblin Boom Keg. We were hoping to wheel maybe like a Ravenous Demon from this pack, unfortunately did not get there. Take a black card for signaling. Jaya's Immolating Inferno, which will also take for signaling. And we'll take a Demon's Herald just for fun. Take the Snowland every now and then. Someone tries to wheel the Snowland, so just prevent them from doing that. Alright, this is unfortunately probably one of the weakest packs we could have gotten for, I think, Eventide. I think that's what's going on here. We could take a Stalker Hag, but it's extremely hard to cast. Unless we end up black-green, which technically we still have outs to do. And if that's the case, then I messed up one of the picks earlier. Raven's Crime, not a very exciting card, but it's a card we can take and put in our deck. Maybe if the Stalker Hag wheels, but that seems pretty unlikely. Alright, we have here an Okiba Gang Shinobi, which we can sneak into play to Mind Rot somebody. It's going to be more playable than any of the other on-color Kamigawa cards. In fact, probably just the best card in the pack, so not too disappointed there. So in this pack we have a Henchfiend of Ukor. It's probably going to be the best card for us. Festering March I'm not in love with. Bogarden Lancer, aggressive, but I'm not a big fan. It's a kind of card that could wheel. I think the Henchfiend is just the best card for us, so I think we're going to take that. Alright, now we have a Heartstabber Mosquito or a Slaughter Cry. This does kind of feel like a Slaughter Cry kind of deck. There's also just a Zektar Shrine Expedition. Mosquito is probably the best card, though. We even have a basic Land Cycler, so we could try to play toward the late game and get some value there. On the other hand, we're missing things to do on turn 2, so the Shrine Expedition is kind of tempting. Haven't been wheeling very much stuff in our colors. I think there are a decent number of good players in this pod. Yeah, this is a tough one. We already have a bunch of 4-drops. I don't know if that really changes anything, though. I think we'll just take Mosquito. Okay, Kenra Scrapper, very nice 3-drop for us now. Sorry, Traveler's Amulet, not today. Lethal Sting is okay, it's not great. Take a land, maybe. Don't think I ever want that. Hedron Rover is not very good. I think we're just taking a land. Do like maybe 7 red, 9 black, and a colorless. We'll see. Finally, we see one of the best possible packs for us. 3 double on color cards. Wish we could just take the whole pack and call it good. Don't think Dreadslag's good enough. I don't think this thing's good enough, so you know where we're headed. Taking the Pinger. Still would be happy with either of those or both. Slithering Shade, probably pretty good, actually. Alright. Grim Initiate? Maybe. sure. All right. Not seeing anything very exciting here. 4 mana, 4/3, downside, sideboard, downside board. Frostling could be okay out of the sideboard. Better than anything else going on here. Could even main deck it if we were feeling ambitious. Grave Scrabbler, we only have Raven's Crime to try to get that, I think. Not in love with Sliver Cycling. I guess we take it anyway, though. A Zektar Shrine Expedition, I think that'll make our deck. Pack is stuck. Oh, there we go. 4 mana, 3/1 flyers playable. And just like that, we happened into enough playables for this deck. Pulse Tracker, not being one of them. And I don't really like the curse. So we've got a couple options. One of them is to play Scarab Feast just as like a cycler, just about 100% of the time. I don't think we want charge in the main. We could play a Frostling in the main. We could play like a Wailing Ghoul. Or we could just play a land. Very even on red and black cards. We've got more double black than double red for sure. And this is kind of both. Not opposed to 18 lands in this one, but at the same time, it feels like we're leaning a little aggressive. I think Wailing Ghoul is terrible. The only reason I would want it is because it survives the Fallout, and maybe it makes our curve a little bit better. Like, technically, that could be enough reason to play it. I think I'm going to start Frostling over the Scarab Feast. Been pretty impressed by 1 damage effects. It's not the best card ever, but... And I can never go turn 1 Frostling into turn 2 Vengeance, but that's fine. How greedy is it to go 8/8 Dread Statuary here? I think it's like very greedy, but not necessarily like wrong. Again, I could play the Ghoul. Just feels like this makes the game really awkward for opponents. And it's good with the Expitter for whatever that's worth. Also not bad with Fallout. I guess I just get super greedy and run it like this. And we'll see you back for round number 1. Alright, this hand is okay, pretty slow. We have a Tragic Slip, and we have a Statuary. Also, we have the Bats, aka the best card in the deck. If they played the Mana Dork there, I think I just snap kill it. I think we just dash this Imp now. Sure. Yeah, we have plenty of black cards in hand, so we can kill that pretty easily. Don't think it's worth going off curve here. And this is pretty much how we drew up the Assassin. First strike, so this thing can't attack. They play an X3, it just dies. Can't block. Okay, we'll kill that one, I suppose. That was kind of scary. I thought I would like misclick that there. Should have played the statuary, I think. Maybe instead of the third swamp. Okay. This deck is very strong, or at least it feels very strong. Sure. If we do this, then we have a 2-turn clock. I think I just want to play this thing out as a blocker, though. I don't know if anyone's ever said those words before for the Igneous Pouncer, but here we are. Opponent probably thinking what a savage beating it would be if they had a Volcanic Fallout. If you have a combat trick to kill my Pouncer, that's okay. Block here, not blocking that thing. They can just pump twice, and that's not very good for me. I mean, it does like time walk them if I do that, though. So maybe it's worth it. Okay, not surprised they had something there. We take one, their thing grows a little bit. They have 1 card in hand. We have a 2-turn clock. I mean, we can just... They're not dead to an attack all, are they? If we fire up the land... I mean, they're basically dead, and we can Tragic Slip. Okay. Gonna go for it. All right, we got there. Land coming through. All right, here we are, back for round number 2. I was going to call this a snap mulligan. It's a little closer because we have the Igneous Pouncer, but I still don't like this hand very much, so I'm going to ship it. We need double black for a bunch of cards. This one I think is a lot more reasonable. Really want to be able to assassin for 2, but we have a bunch of black cards in the deck, so I think I just pitch the Raven's Crime. Could get punished, we'll see. Okay, there's a black card. You have the 2/2 with pro red. That'd be annoying. Nope. Just a bad card. Okay. Wonder if I draw land next turn and land the turn after, whether I'm supposed to hold the mosquito. X2? Not quite, unfortunately. Interesting. Is it crazy to just kill the Rift Watcher? This is an awkward play. This is a very awkward play. Just don't think I care about a 1-2. I want to develop my board, get in for damage. I get kind of tempoed if I don't make this play. Like, maybe this is very bad, but I think it's acceptable. Oh god. Instant regret. Good thing is we still get an attack here. If they don't block, then we get to mind rot them, and things are bad for them if they have to block thanks to the Tragic Slip, and we even get to spend our mana efficiently thanks to the Minotaur. So, I mean, Shinobi like Nightshade is pretty disgusting. Wow, and they didn't. This thing even has first strike. So yeah, we're just gonna try to go nuts here. Gonna need one more black card. That was probably a bad attack because of the Brigid having first strike, but now we're in good shape if we just draw a black card. Okay, that's fine. That's also acceptable. Just attack. Sure. Alright, black card? Nope. Definitely playing land here. We can Tragic Slip the Brigid if we want to. We effectively trade 2 for 2. I think we can just wait here. Okay. Yeah, still waiting. Now any land lets us go for the Heart Stabber. We're only taking a damage for our troubles. Basically, red cards are bad draws. That's just it. Looks like they're holding up a counter. Okay. Well, we drew a red card, and even that doesn't feel that bad. Just got a lot of value in our hand. Don't know how they beat it. Okay. Still passing. Sure. Another bad draw. Starting to get a little clunky here. We can just afford to wait though. If they're just holding up a counter forever, that's fine by me. Okay, 5 mana. Watcher in the Mist, sure, it's a good card. So now, if we draw a black card, we get to go Nightshade plus Tragic Slip there. That would be sick. If we draw a Mountain, we get to block this, and then we Fallout, clear the board if I want a Tragic Slip. Okay, not complaining. So, 7 mana, I think... I think I just kill the Brigid. Question is, do I want to attack with this Minotaur? I think I will. We can race a little bit. 2 extra points of burn in our hand. Okay. Okay. Might actually be better to target that thing. I think that's fine. I think we're gonna Tragic Slip now. Okay. That's actually pretty annoying. Now I don't really know how I win. I can kill that. I can play the Nightshade. Doesn't feel amazing though. I do think I have to Tragic Slip this. They're F6'd. Does that change anything? I think I'm just going to pass here. This thing having reach means they only get to hit me for 1 once. I can just sit on this Nightshade Assassin. Can also just sit on the Fallout. You got me for 1. Okay. 1/2 Flying Vigilance Tribal for 2. I didn't say that quite right, but still. Oh, Baffling End? Does that work? They give me a beast if they do that, though. Okay. So Fallout looking good. I think we're just passing they have no attack here anyway, so we can force them to build up a bigger board before we do anything. And it should be a very nice Fallout, like we said. What is this attack? What do you got for me? Okay, just forget that the mosquito flies. I accept. Okay, that also doesn't matter. Getting rid of the 2/2. Kind of annoying. Maybe I'm supposed to fall out in response there. I really don't know. I don't get to see which card they put to the bottom, unfortunately. Okay. We're going to sit on that one. That's almost lethal. That's really close to lethal. Okay, block. That's not a May. We're getting some value here. I don't know whether we're getting a 3/3 or they're taking that off. Okay, they're going to give me a 3/3. So now I just fall out and win. Yeah, so we're going to kill our own Mesquite. We're going to kill our own Sure Shot, and we're just going to pounce here. Can't be countered, by the way. Are they trying to counter it? Or is this a pump spell? Okay, you chose the wrong one there, friend. But I guess they couldn't have known that this was coming. All right, that was a good one. Not sure we deserved to win that game, but we did. Nightshade Assassin still in hand at the end of the game. Kind of funny. The Sky Cutter is amazing in this matchup. Scarab Feast, technically relevant. I don't think this works against Brigid. Even if it did, it's probably still unplayable. They showed me a lot of X2s, not X1s, so I think we just ship it like this. Reckless Imp not being able to block might be pretty annoying for us. Don't think I can keep this one, unfortunately. If this were a mountain, I'd be keeping. If this were a mountain, it would be a sick hand, but unfortunately, nope. Okay, gonna keep this one. More double black than double red, so mountain to the bottom. Not to mention the pouncer in hand. Like to affect the board before turn 4, but we'll just do our best here. And Scrybug immediately back on top. Not even complaining though. It's fine to draw that. Okay. We are going to be able to affect the board before turn 4 after all. Unless they counter this, then technically it never hit the battlefield. Alright. Now I think we're set up pretty nicely. Might be pouncing for a land for this, which is kind of silly, but not unreasonable, I think. I think we might try to trade these. So this is double unblockable. This can't block creatures on the ground, and it has menace, so. Henchfiend, kind of nice. Get to hit for 4 with haste, and then if we just hit running lands, it's still fine. No attack there is interesting. Okay, well, we're going to try to go for the Nightshade here. Could see this getting countered, but so be it. Nightshade Assassin is a sick card. I'm really glad I picked it. Like, do you just scoop here if you're the opponent? Feels like it's probably pretty close. No, they have a destroy a 3-power creature. Okay, destroy the menace one, sure. Another removal. Okay. Guess not conceding made sense after all. Still feel very confident about our position. See what the 6-drop is. Okay, 3/5. Not super worried about that. Kind of unclear what I'm supposed to do. I think I just play out a Henchfiend. Another play was like land cycle into land Henchfiend, but I don't even think that's better, so. Sky Cutter should be kind of a terminate here. Okay. I guess we're not paying Echo for that. That actually makes things a little easier for us. Attacking seems, well, maybe it's not insane, but it does seem a little ambitious to me. Now we're just hoping for a land and no blocker on their part. Suntail Hawk to block the Pouncer. Sick. All right. Nope. There's a small argument for paying that Echo. They do have a card that says destroy an enchantment, but at the same time, what was I going to say? At the same time, I'm not super worried that they'll make that mistake twice of thinking that card is a May, so I think it's fine to make this play. That's a good card. Wouldn't mind drawing a land to blow that thing up. No attack. Okay. Oh, this thing has... It has... Oh, I thought it needed a human for haste, but it needs a different creature type. So I can Sky Cutter, blow up the Hawk, attack for 5, make them trade. Don't know if that's particularly good. I guess it's fine though. The lifelinker is not doing much otherwise. If we, because the Sky Cutter says the thing loses flying, if we Sky Cut the Stratos Epaulet, it couldn't block anything, flying or no flying. Okay, they make the trade as predicted, which is not ideal for us, but it's not bad. We're going to take 4 from this once, maybe twice. But we have a lifelinker on the way, which can attack now. I mean, it doesn't have haste, but we'll be able to attack soon, maybe. Watcher. Okay, that's a good one. This is the kind of game where a lifelinker is just unbeatable. So, not even going to complain about not hitting a land there. Now they kind of have to leave Watcher back because of the lifelinker unless they have another 3+ power blocker. And if we rip a land, then we kill the Watcher. We get in for 6, gain 4 life. Greedy attack. Okay. No blocks. What do you have for me? Okay, they have some kind of answer to the Crusader. Tempted to fire up the land here. Oh, we are almost dead. So we might be chumping with a mosquito. Yep. Thought that was happening. Man, really needed the land this turn. So now we play this, and we have to chump. Yep. Okay. And this can't block, so yeah, very dead. Dang. Needed the lifelinker to come through, and unfortunately they had the one removal spell left that they needed. Also, drawing a land sooner would have put us back into the game. A few different things could have gotten us out of that spot, but well done from the opponent. Okay. I think I'm just running it back. I think we're still playing first in this matchup. All right, playing first. Good enough. Not particularly exciting, but whatever. Okay, did not really want to see a land there. Now that we have 6, I hope we draw Mosquito. Okay, more 1/2s with Vigilance. This hand is not turning out very well. Thought we'd be fine if we just drew some spells, but 2 lands off the top is making me regret keeping this. Okay, that was a draw. Yep. Okay. So now we go Shrine Expedition, Mountain, always yes, always yield, attack. Really lucky to dodge the thing that blows up an enchantment there. See if they trade. Glad they didn't. They probably should have. Pretty clear that I'm holding up a Fallout. If they play another X2, I'm going to pop this off here. Okay. Happy to see whatever that is. Okay, now before they can do anything, I'm just going to do that. Okay, another land drop, and we're going to play the sure shot because, yeah. Problem is now this thing has reach, meaning the spirit is not going to attack, so the pouncer is actually worse now. They might... oh, okay. That's pretty good for me. We have almost a lethal attack. Wow. If they attack, I think they die. Is this exact seize? Oh no, the no attack? Disgusting. Why wouldn't you attack there, though? Makes zero sense to me. I mean, we're gonna pop this. We're gonna play this. We would have had lethal if they just made the play that made sense, and wow, still leaving it back. I mean, obviously you should leave it back there, but really annoying stuff from the opponent. Were they playing around this, or did they just, like, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Still go to 1 here. They're forced to trade for the non-land, which is nice because the land is a little harder to kill. Dead to a removal spell. Plains. Okay. Okay, I mean, unfortunately this trade isn't getting any better, so... Yep. Man, we could end up losing this game depending on what happens here. Really sick that they're in this spot. Did they board this in versus our 1 vampire? Okay, Rift Watcher. That's kind of whatever. It's a little annoying, but it's not like a real card. Overpay. Oh, they have another play? Nope. Okay, that's good for me. Just draw some non-lands. Okay. Mind Rot you. Plains. You have another one? Island. Figures. Not attacking. And they can't afford to attack either. At least all of our draws do something here. Okay. Baffling end, that doesn't work. Okay. So now the opponent's dead on board. If we draw a land, we know that we win. Nice. Raven's Crime actually coming through here. So we do this, discard the land. They discard their land. Now we animate this. This thing only gains life after the damage is dealt. We have 2 lethal threats. We did it. All right. Okay, on to round number 3. All right, back for round number 3. Little bit awkward hand, but I believe it's a keep. See what our draw step is here, and that'll determine whether we want to play out 2 drops maybe? No? Okay. It's the mirror match. I see. Well, did draw the land. I think I'm going to pass here. I'm not too greedy. I'll go for a Fallout next turn. That's really annoying for me. I guess we just kill it then. I would love to see them go land double 2-drop here. Okay. Good enough. We're just going to pretend we don't have anything. Now I'm hoping for a haste creature. I think my life total is getting so low that I kind of need to just play the Fallout though. Okay, rewarded I guess. And now we're kind of dead. Just not drawing the lands we needed this game. If we hit a swamp there and then swamp next turn, we'd actually be able to Nightshade for 4, killing this thing. But I think we're just going to die now. Sure. I mean, that's terrible for me, but can't do anything about it. Swamp, I still have a chance, but it's not a good one. I think I have 0 chance with a mountain. Well, next to no chance. I have to chump now. They don't have a zombie to get back, do they? That's like a super aggro play, by the way. I don't know if you should do that. We'll play, like, if we draw a swamp, we'll play the Crusader, see if they forget what their card does. No, we're just dead on board, so. Alright. Super aggro red-black versus missed land drops red-black. Their deck is solid from what we saw. Their draw was definitely better than ours. We had one of our better cards too, and it didn't matter. I think this is a Wailing Ghoul matchup. Wailing Ghoul over Shrine Expedition, run it back. We have a turn 3 Dross Golem, turn 1 Tragic Slip. Okay. Okay, we're just going to slip that now. No chill. Punished a little with the Fallout draw. I think I just ignore it and go Dross Golem. And then next turn I have the Scrapper as a blocker. Okay. That is slightly annoying. Might be able to bait them into playing it Fallout. We'll see. They have a lightning bolt or a shock or okay, shard volley. Yep. It's a pretty aggro play. I don't think it's very good against what I'm trying to do here, but maybe it is. Okay, I mean, we have a Fallout. No attack. I think this is a pretty suspicious play, but I don't really care, so I'm gonna Mountain Cycle. Play a terrible card. Mill a couple irrelevant cards. We take 2 here. I imagine this thing gets killed, but I'm going to play it anyway. Poke for 1. Gonna hold land. Love to see if they just ping me for 1. Oh wow, they just missed a point of damage. Okay. No attack. Very interesting. I guess I just go for the Fallout then. I mean, it's good, but it's not amazing. Thing is, they're holding cards in hand. Guess I'm just supposed to do it. I already showed it to them, so they're gonna play around it. Whoops, I overtapped accidentally. Hope they just ping me for 1 here, and that's all. Not pinging me for 1, I think, is very bad for me. Yeah, I think this... Oh my god, disgusting. Alright, we're going to lose the game to that dual shot. Gotta play the sure shot out. Unfortunately, that means no land activation. The thing is, like, the 1/3 isn't like a huge clock to them, but the fact that dual shot killed it means that, you know, I'm minus a good blocker too, which is super annoying. No way they have nothing with 4 cards in hand. Question is, what are they killing here? Okay. Man, that dual shot. Holy crap. Sure. So I can't do anything about that. Well, now I kind of can. I can pump twice now. Pumping twice isn't good enough. I think I'm just dead. Sure. I might have some answers to this thing, but like I just die next turn. How does anyone beat this card? Opponent on sacrifice a land tribal and it's looking good for them. Yeah, I'm just dead on board. All right, good game. Whoo. Not an ideal start to the format, that's for sure. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this despite that ending. That was a little bit frustrating, but you know, we'll get there eventually, and we'll see you soon.